So I just wanted to tell you guys how the first week of exploring countries and cultures went for us. We have a 4th grader, a 2nd grader, a kindergartner, a preschooler, and a baby. So here you can see I set up our little Florida sunroom for our first day of school, and the breakfast theme was apples and the plates were animals, and the kids had so much fun with that map on the table that they can color, and then I can wash it and they can recolor it. And then I also got them each a new pencil box and timers, and they got some book timers for their reading time. So that was new this year. And they got some Squishmallow notebooks. So that was really fun. I got this cute little organizer for the kids that's working out really well so far this year. It's just a small drawer system. The drawers are plastic, but they hold each child's independent work, and then all of my teacher books and reference books for exploring countries and cultures are in those top right, those 2 bins on the right, and then some math manipulatives in the top left one, and then all of our supplies fit in one, and then on the top we have everybody's binders. Here is our book basket. So these are 3 horizontal, like forward-facing shelves. So this is all of the books that are for the first week and the second week, and some of the books we'll use all year long. So these are covering just general geography, world geography, and during book basket time, the kids go to the couch and they set their timers and they spend 15 minutes and they have to look through any of those books. They can read them or look at the pictures, and even the little ones love this. It's going really well. I hung our homeschool schedule and it is working really well. So I have intentional time with my 3-year-old at 7 o'clock just for 15 minutes. And then my kindergartner has a solid 45 minutes before we start Bible, and that starts our exploring countries and cultures time. And so we're just really keeping to the schedule. The kids are loving using their timers, and my preschool, like primary age kids, have shelf work that they can do during the times that I'm not working with them. And I love it because I create curriculum and I work a lot. So having this schedule and knowing like I am unavailable, I am homeschooling my own kids during this time, has just been such a blessing to our family. And I think that I'm going to try this exact schedule for another week or 2 before making any changes, and hopefully I won't have to make any. It seems like it's going great. We were so excited to start a new year of My Father's World. This was I think this is the 3rd picture I have of Lily with it's her 4th, with a new My Father's World curriculum. I'll have to see if I can find the other ones. We stuck to the schedule. We went down the list and we opened up, the new curriculum that we'd be using, and it went great. And then at noon we hopped into the car with our lunches and we drove to my friend's house who hosts our Synergy group, and we got together with her. She had the house all decked out and ready for exploring countries and cultures. There was a huge backdrop for the banner to start the new year and take the kids' pictures, and the tables were set up, and it was just such a welcoming and warm and exciting and fun environment for all 12 of the kids that we had in our 3 families. And it was just such a blessing to be able to do this together again for another year. This is the 3rd curriculum with My Father's World that we'll be doing together. We took first day of Synergy group pictures, and my friend had prepared a world cake ahead of time, and so the kids got to place flags on places that they were familiar with, and then we got to share that, and it was so good. The first week in exploring countries and cultures is a lot of map work, and on Tuesday we demonstrated what the map would look like if you started with a sphere and then you flattened it out into a map, and so we demonstrated that with an orange. So that was really cool. It's new for us this year to have the little ones have so much more independent time while the big ones are learning. So they do have shelf work and surprise boxes, and they know that they can play with their little brother. But I also do have my Father's World curriculum. I have the animal training curriculum for my 3-year-old and my Father's World kindergarten for my 5-year-old. I do write Montessori Christian homeschool curriculum, and I write hands-on Bible studies. But I do find that my time homeschooling is best spent using someone else's curriculum sometimes. I get really involved writing it, and sometimes I just need a break and I need a refresher, and that has been what my Father's World is to our family. And we still get to enjoy shelf work and fun activities that I do create on top of what we do for my Father's World with my Father's World. So here is a video of Lily creating her little backyard habitat. She did a 1 square yard space in the backyard and recorded her observations. And then we also did some art. So we did, my Father's World has this book that they published called A World of Art. And so we learned about negative space and the picture of the earth, the first picture taken of the earth from space, and we tried to recreate that using oil pastels. And then Lily got to create an earthworm habitat from earthworms and dirt and sand, and she's recording her observations there. Here's a quick snapshot of how messy real life gets. The baby dumped everything on the floor, and sometimes we work on the couch. This book was amazing. God Speaks Numangaang. We read it 2 days in a row. Highly recommend it, by my Father's World. Dad found a lizard, or actually Mitzi found a lizard. Dad brought it in and we got to observe it. It was really kind. And then here's an update on the earthworm habitat. And then we got to end the week by taking pictures for their passports. So we looked up like what the requirements are, and I'll have to edit these and put them in their passports. So when we travel the world, they will be there. And here's Lily's update. We kept everything updated for the weekend. And then weekends are for printing and packing and shipping for Mom. So the kids pretty much fend for themselves on Saturdays. And we ended Saturday night with a really yummy pork loin roast that I rubbed with Everglades seasoning and brown sugar. And then some pre-made mashed potatoes that we microwaved and some fresh green beans. And it was great. My husband was working this weekend, so it was just the kids and me, and we got a lot done, and we're really excited for week 2 in my Father's World, exploring countries and cultures.